Oh, there's a little dam. Look at that. I was in my office looking at satellite images of the Butterfield Trail where it runs through some hills. There's a stage stop out there that nobody seems to know where it's at. A friend of mine stopped by and he was looking at the maps and this place out there where there was a dam and that there was water in it and how he used to go hunting out there. We looked on the maps and couldn't find it and I kind of teased him. Told him he was probably just making it up, but he was serious. So I needed to find a way through that country anyway. So I loaded up Big Agnes, my mule, and a bunch of hound dogs and I drove out there to see what I could find. Some antelope out there. I thought they'd had more rain than this. It looks pretty dry and nasty out here. They overgrazed it or something. Right through here is where that Butterfield Trail is supposed to go. It goes over. Nobody knows where the station was, the Good Site station that was in here. So I found some places on the Onyx maps that I want to check out. So that's why I'm here. And I wanted to see where the trail comes through here. And I brought some hound dogs. And a mule. For the most part, this country is open and flat. Quite a few rocks, can be hard on dogs' feet. Years ago, I used to come up here and run coyotes with the speed dogs or the stag hounds or the coyote hounds, the park greyhound dogs. It was a lot of fun. Little wagon road going down through here. Oh, there's a little dam. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Coming out here across these flats and then just boom, bam. That's that CC dam. Agnes. Agnes? I just fed you a bunch of pellets. You shouldn't be hungry. Me and Agnes have had some disagreements this morning. But we do from time to time. You don't reckon this little road was built down through here for the stage, do you? So they could get water? I mean, I'm sure the dam wasn't here at that time, but there's probably a spring back up in here. I'm gonna go check it out because this goes all the way around. This trail goes all the way down through here. You know that some old outlaws had to hang out in here and camp. This is a neat place. And it's just like what's so neat about it is the ground is so flat and kind of rolling hills all around it with no vegetation and no trees or nothing. And then you get here and it just drops into this hole. That's cool. Buried treasure in here. I know it. It's in here somewhere. I might just have to bring the metal detector back. See if there's any. Whoa, 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 whoa. I gotta get up back up on top. That's a trail going out of there. Looks like it could be. Trail. This thing was cut down into here too. Ain't nobody used this one for a long time. That didn't turn out to be anything. I think they were running a little fox around there. Man, this is a neat place though, but this isn't even the place that I seen on the Onyx maps. This is the place that a friend of mine, Mr. Turner, told me about, and I told him he was going crazy because he couldn't find it on the map. He kept swearing it was there. So, Mr. Garland Turner, you were correct. It was there. So I'm going to ride. There's two more places right up here that look to be better than this one. This country sure looks dry compared to everything else that I've been to this year. But we'll see what these hold. It's right in the crown. These hills all come out of the, the flatlands, the desert, and then it just kind of crowns up right here. And then in the interior of these different little hills, they built these dams, these CC dams. And they were built after the Butterfield Trail come through here. But these canyons, during wet years would always hold water, pools of water. And then there's a spring supposedly down below, and there might be a spring up here too. You imagine how scary it would be back in the old days, knowing that there was Indians that had been attacking people all through this country, and you were riding through here. Bet you'd be looking up at the tops of these hills. Keeping an eye out. And I wonder how many people actually traveled through this country alone, if any did. I'm sure there were. That's what I'm gonna do. Now this isn't right on the route, but it's right adjacent to the route. But what I'm doing now is just kind of scouting for these water sources. And getting these hound dogs out for a little while. It's always important. I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Mr. Jarman. He always calls me and asks me how I'm doing, has motivated me to retire and start doing this all the time. So Mr. Jarman, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. javelina going up the canyon over there. Let's see what these dogs do. I got to ride up through that way anyway. Al knows they're there. He went up there already. Hell, I can smell them in here. Jack's the only one that really tried, and he still is. Look at them trying to talk each other into that. I can't do everything. I can't ride the mule, run the shocker, and run the camera at the same time. I got skills, but just not that good of skills. Listen to little old fat Lori. She's gonna make a lion hound. She's a real expensive lion hound. She's just a little overweight, although she has been losing some. Well, we found those javelinas. They wanted to run them, but they thought about it twice. Now these young dogs, like Apollo, look at him. He can smell them. Heck, I can smell them. Don't take much of a dog to trail them. Follow! He's just a pup, though. But look at all these other ones. They just gather right behind me. They don't want to get in trouble. Watch out! Watch out! Oh, there's one of those quails. I can't see them with this GoPro, but those javelina are going up that hill right over there. I can't find those dams. Well, they got to be in here somewheres. I marked them on my Onyx, and I thought I was riding towards them. I guess I need to check again. One of those dams, but there's no water in it. There's supposed to be another one right around this corner. I thought this was the big one, the other one's the small one, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's a pretty well-traveled trail, probably from way back in the old days. Back there where the rocks are pushed to the side and how it just kind of cuts along the side of this mountain a little bit. Get out of the way, Beans. A little bit too much to just be a game trail. Let's go around these stinking dogs or something. Walk through there. good place for lunch. A little bit of grass for Agnes to eat. Down low, some good smooth rocks for me to sit on. Yep. Lunch it is. And that was a good lunch. Pork chops and black-eyed peas. Let's see what time it is. Whoops. It says 10 after 12. But that's not right. It's not even ticking. Dadgummit. I bet it's 10 after 1. Either it's broke or the battery's dead. I still like the picture. Can you see that? Cowboy, it says. I'll have to cheat. Find out what time it is. $1:45. As Jeff says, onward and upward. That's the watchword. Closer. As far as you can see, right over the horizon, that's Mexico. That Butterfield Trail goes right on the other side of this and goes down and goes straight to that big mountain right there. There's another stage stop over there. We got this stage stop here. We got one that's Massacre Peak right there. So there's one on the other side of it, one right here, and then one over there. That's going to be a long crossing all the way across there, but it's flat and easy. The total trip is going to be about 180 miles. I need to schedule 10 days. I think I can do it in 7.5 or 8 days, but I need 10 days. And I would really like to have 10 days where the wind's not blowing hard. Out in this country, to get that is going to be close to impossible, but As long as it's not blowing over 25 miles an hour, I think I'll be all right. Another thing is I have to make sure that I have water at regular intervals across some of these long open spaces. I've identified most of the water sources. Most of it's solar wells on these branches, and some dirt tanks and steel rim tanks with windmills. I'm sure another problem I'll encounter is fences, and then being able to find gates. We always call them horse gates or neighbor gates, places along the fence that you can open and get through. And I have many times when I'm out on some of these ranches had to go through a fence that didn't have a gate. And you go back 3 posts or 4 posts on each side of where you want to cross, take those top 2 strands, maybe 3 strands, and tie them down to the other strand with a piece of rope or some wire. Hop your mules over, go back, pull the fence back up, take your tie wire out, tie the fence back. Nothing's damaged that way, and you still got a good fence. I will take 2, maybe 3 young dogs with me, and so I have to pack dog food. I also have to pack grain or pellets or oats, something for my mules. I'll have to ration it out and see how far I can go. I might have to make a cache somewhere along the way, maybe talk to a rancher or somebody along the way that I can leave some extra grain, some extra food, and extra supplies with. I would love to get this done during the month of April, but I have to have temperatures that are probably below 85. If it gets over 85, I can't take any hounds with me just because of the distances between water. I don't want to make my animals suffer any, so we'll see. So if I don't get it done in April, I'll wait until probably late September. I think the weather would be pretty ideal. End of September, temperatures may be getting up, 75, maybe 80 degrees. And that would make it a lot better for me and the animals. In the meantime, if I don't, there's some things I want to do. I'm going to go to the high country. I'm going to go up above where my camp was, locate my old survival place. I always said that if the zombie apocalypse started, that this is where I would go. Another place I want to go is my old saddle maker's camp. He's the one who made my saddles for me when I was a kid. His name was Mr. Mars, and he had a camp way up in the high country of the Gila Wilderness. And my dad always told me about it. I'd never been there. I want to pack into there. Another place I want to ride to is a place where my dad took me when I was I was probably only 12 or 13 years old. We packed in, and it's pretty remote. I just remember having a good time, and we were deer hunting, and at that time we had some guys from Oklahoma with us, and I was only 12 or 13 years old, and one of them got lost. And I never will forget, my dad sent me off on this old roan gelding we had called Poco. Said, hey, go find that guy and show him back to camp. And I remember locating him, and he was happy to see me. And and I was just a kid. So I'm going to make that video, and I'll go up there. And, of course, I got to pack into that, too. All these places are higher elevation, out of this desert, back into the trees, little cooler temperatures, cooler nights, a little bit better place to go to during the summertime. If you guys have any ideas, or if there's anything you want to see in particular, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want, and I really appreciate everybody watching it. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a Patreon, and I got membership on this, or I got some merch right down below this video. You could buy some merch. Anything helps the channel out. Okay, let's see how far. I guess a little over 9 miles. Okay. Navigation, trip computer. Oh, 9.94 miles, so right at 10 miles. 10 miles. Time of day is, I'm gonna have to put on my, I was gone 5 hours and 48 minutes. Moving average is 2.7 miles an hour. Elevation here is 4,750 feet. What time is it? Oh, 3:58. It's 4 o'clock. It's a good day.